In this video, we're taking a 7-day Mediterranean cruise from Rome with stops in Greece, Croatia, Montenegro, and southern Italy. We'll share what it's like to explore the ports, spend a week aboard the Sapphire Princess, and deal with an unexpected itinerary change along the way. Our cruising adventure started at Roma Termini, where we took the 60-minute train to Civitavecchia, the main cruise port serving Rome. One tip here, allow some extra time to reach the train platforms. Roma Termini is a large station, and some of the regional trains depart from platforms that require a longer walk than you might expect, especially when you're carrying luggage. Our one-way train tickets cost less than €5 each, which was significantly less than taking a taxi or the private transfer. We booked an apartment within walking distance of the train station, which overlooked one of the town squares. After getting settled, we spent the evening walking along the waterfront near Forte Michelangelo. It is embarkation day, and we are in the port city of Civitavecchia, just about an hour outside of Rome. Now, we got in last night because we wanted some extra time just in case there was a railroad strike or something else happened, and we didn't want to miss our ship because when we flew to Italy, our first flight was actually canceled and we got in a day late. So if that was our invocation day back then, we may have missed our ship, but not today. We're going to walk over to the ship, get ourselves on board, and we are excited for our cruise around the Mediterranean. That morning, we checked the port's cruise schedule to confirm the location of the Sapphire Princess, and it was a nice scenic walk to the ship. From the time we got in line for the complimentary shuttle until we stepped on board the ship, the entire process took about 25 minutes. This is our room aboard the Sapphire Princess, which will be our home for the next 7 days. Now, Kate and I are very curious to see what the Sapphire is like because we have never been on this class of ship. We're curious to see what she has to offer. After dropping off our luggage, we walked around to get our bearings and check out the activities happening around the ship. Of course, we found the gym, several open decks, swimming pools, whirlpools, and plenty of places to sit outside and enjoy the views. We were also surprised to find an indoor pool area and a dry sauna. The Sapphire Princess has an Asian influence throughout the ship, including some of the decor and venues like the Pacific Moon Dining Room. After exploring, we had a relaxing dinner and watched Civitavecchia disappear behind us as we began our week-long cruise in the Mediterranean. The island behind me was a nice surprise this morning when we got up. It is Stromboli. It is the world's most active volcano, and it's been constantly erupting for the last 2,000 years. Later that day, we sailed through the Strait of Messina, the narrow passage separating Sicily from mainland Italy. At its narrowest point, the two land masses are only about 3 kilometers apart. This is one of the things we enjoy most about sea days. Even when the ship is not in port, there's still plenty to see, and the scenic cruising gives us a chance to slow down and appreciate parts of the journey we might otherwise miss. It is formal night tonight. Now, Kate and I like to travel very light, backpack and one carry-on for each of us, so we don't have room to bring the shoes, suit, tie, all that extra stuff with us just for a formal night on the ship. So this is gonna have to do.
And my formal night attire is a scarf.
That evening, the cruise director introduced the officers, including the captain.
On board we have 2,729 guests.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
After the champagne waterfall, we found some fried shrimp that may have been one of the best snacks of the entire cruise. Sat in on a Michael Jackson music trivia, checked out the comedy club, and ended the night with silent disco in the piazza. Welcome to the lush island of Corfu, Greece. It is our first time in Greece, and rather than book anything, we're just gonna get off the ship and walk around the port and see what we can find. After leaving the ship, we took the short port shuttle to the terminal building and started walking toward Corfu's Old Town. Along the way, we passed street vendors, cafes, bakeries, and live music. Eventually, we reached the old fortress and decided to pay the €10 per person entry fee. The fortress dates back largely to the Venetian period, and the walk to the top offered panoramic views of the town and coastline. For us, the views alone made the price of admission worthwhile. After leaving the fortress, we continued walking through town, taking in the architecture and atmosphere. We stopped for pastries, including a very good cinnamon roll, and a few other things that looked too good to pass up. From there, we enjoyed a relaxing walk back towards the ship. We ended the day watching the ship pull away from the dock, followed by a sunset from our balcony and a very good magic show. The next morning, we arrived in Dubrovnik, Croatia. Once again, we decided not to book a cruise excursion or use the Princess shuttle. Instead, we walked to the local bus terminal near the port and took public transportation toward the old city. Before entering the city walls, we walked to the fortress built on the rock just outside Dubrovnik's western wall. From here, we had some of the best views of the old town, the coastline, and the city's fortifications. Dubrovnik became an important Mediterranean maritime power during the Middle Ages, and its historic center contains Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque architecture. And if it's not Baroque, don't fix it. We purchased the Dubrovnik Pass for €40 per person, which included admission to walk along the city walls, several museums, galleries, and public transportation. For what we planned to see, the pass made sense, and it saved us from having to buy each ticket separately. Walking the walls gave us a completely different perspective of Dubrovnik. From the top, we could see the old city's rooftops, the Adriatic Sea, the surrounding fortresses, and the homes built just inside the walls. We stopped at one of the cafes along the route for a beer and rattler, and spent some time enjoying the view. The walk around the walls took us less than 2 hours at a relaxed pace, including stops for drinks, photos, and sightseeing. After coming back down, we visited a few of the other attractions included with the city pass. So I will definitely say the day pass was worth it. You can see all of Dubrovnik, at least this area, in a few hours. So it is the perfect shore day. The bus ride back to the ship was a little less straightforward. But eventually, we made it back to the ship with time to relax on the balcony and look back on the day. Dubrovnik was easily one of the highlights of the cruise. That evening was Italian night in the dining room, followed by more time outside as the ship sailed through the darkness. This is as close as we're going to get to Montenegro. It was supposed to be the second to last stop on this cruise, but unfortunately, a severe weather storm is coming in tomorrow, and we have to come into the harbor, drop some people off, pick up some more people, crew switching, and then we are off to sea. So we're going to have an extra sea day. This isn't the first time that we've missed a port due to weather. When we took our transatlantic cruise, we actually missed a couple ports because there was a big storm coming in and the captain was trying to get ahead of it. And we actually got into port a day early, got to use the ship as kind of a hotel, go to Southampton, explore, and then come back to the ship at night. On this cruise, we're just going to get an extra sea day. Since we travel with limited clothing, the extra day also gave us some time to use the ship's self-service laundry room. Access to laundry makes it much easier for us to travel with just one backpack and one carry-on each. We kept ourselves busy on the extra sea day by attending a talk about things to see and do in Naples. Kate checked out one of the dance classes, and we went to a presentation about the Sapphire Princess. We always enjoy these presentations about the ship because they usually include interesting details about the vessel, its design, and history. Thanks to the extra time on board, we also found more cruise ducks. The biggest surprise of the day came later. Since we now had additional time before reaching Naples, the captain sailed around Stromboli, offering passengers the opportunity to watch several volcanic eruptions from the ship. Missing Montenegro was disappointing, but seeing an active volcano erupt from the water became one of the most memorable moments of the entire cruise. We ended the unexpected sea day with a party hosted by the captain. Kate and I are back in Naples on our last port of the cruise. Tomorrow we get off, but today we are just going to take it easy because we used Naples as a base before we got on the cruise. We also went out to Pompeii and Sorrento on a couple day trips, so today will just be a nice relaxing day. Kate can relax and we can just enjoy the day. That is one advantage of combining a cruise with time on land. You don't have to make every port day a race to see as much as possible. Later that afternoon, we watched Naples disappear behind us and walked around the ship as the sun set on the final evening of the cruise. The next morning, we woke up to one final sunrise before leaving the Sapphire Princess. After disembarking in Civitavecchia, we took the train back to Rome Termini. Because we had visited Rome before, we decided to spend the day seeing something different. This time, we went to Vatican City and attempted to visit St. Peter's Basilica. The line was extremely long when we first arrived. So instead of standing there all morning, we found something to eat and explored the surrounding area. We returned later in the afternoon and waited about an hour to get inside. The wait was still significant, but we were glad we stayed. The scale, architecture, and detail inside the basilica made it worth all the effort. It was also a fitting stop after spending a week filled with historic cities, fortresses, and some unexpected scenery. We are at the end of our Italian adventure. I wanted to talk about our 7-day Mediterranean cruise. We had a balcony stateroom, and Kate and I spent $1,800 total on the cruise. Now, we didn't add any sort of package because things like drinks or coffee we might buy a la carte. We did purchase internet for the cruise. In terms of what we thought about the cruise, we really enjoyed the ports, and Dubrovnik was the highlight for us. We were able to see a lot in a short period of time, even though we got a lot of time at the ports. Now, I will say we probably wouldn't do another Mediterranean cruise unless we found a really good deal on it. For those of you who've cruised around the Mediterranean before, let us know what your favorite port was. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to see more of our travel content, head on over to our YouTube channel at We're the Russos. We'll see you all next time.